Hey, Snake Eyes, I know you don't really talk much, but I got this mute joke for you. Alright, you ready? So what is a mute person's favorite food to eat? You ready? You ready? It's a shush kebab. You get it? A shush kebab. Yeah, that's one of my favorites too. Be sure to check out Agelessgeeks for your figures and collectibles. This video and YouTube channel is rated PG-13, so that means this channel is not for anyone under the age of 13. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How's everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Series Snake Eyes. So let's get into it right away and take a quick look at the box. So we do get this very nice, cool, collector-friendly style packaging for this new Hasbro G.I. Joe line. So we do get the window right there on the front of the box. On the bottom we do get a very nice black and white image of the character. On the bottom says G.I. Joe Classified Series, Snake Eyes, and Hasbro. And I really do dig the way this packaging does look. The bottom has nothing on it at all. Here is the top of the box. The one side here, I love the way the window is right there with another piece of cardboard underneath, and I have no idea what that says, but it does say the number of what figure it is in the series, and Snake Eyes is number 00. Then the other side of the box here, we get the continuation of the image from the front of the box, another image of Snake Eyes, and then Timber as well. Then the back here, we do get a very dope poster type looking image of a bunch of G.I. Joe characters, which looks dope as hell. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure over to take a closer look at most people's favorite character from G.I. Joe, including myself. And thank God we finally got a Snake Eyes in 6-inch scale figure form. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and Hasbro did a very nice job with this Snake Eyes. You could always tell when Hasbro really tries with a specific character compared to characters they don't, I guess, really care about, and they definitely do care about Snake Eyes as a character, because it shows in the figure here. These are $20 figures. Yeah, the exclusive is about $40 because you get the extra accessories, but overall it is like a $20 figure, man, and this thing turned out dope, man. The head sculpt looks great. I thought I was just going to be all plain, but they sculpted in like the little vents so he could breathe right there around his mouth, which looked dope. And I do like the mixture of glossy black mixed with the matte black. Like right here we have glossy black, and then on the top it's a matte black. So I really do like the way that looks. And then the silver visor looks pretty cool too. The paint's pretty clean on that also, but very cool looking head sculpt there. Even the neck has some really nice work. It looks like you can see some stitching over there, which looks dope, man. Very nice sculpt detail on this figure. And then for the torso here, we get this harness here that has some grenades on it and a pouch, and it is a separate piece. You can remove it if you want to, and the belt is a separate piece as well. But these turned out really nice. I love the way the grenades look, and I love the sculpted texture to the strap there. Very nice tiny sculpt detail on that. Same with on the belt as well. And we get a pouch over here, and the buckles look pretty good. Then we do get his clan symbol, Arashi Kage, I believe it's called. We have it up on the chest and on the buckle as well, which looks pretty damn dope. And the sculpt of the torso looks pretty damn cool, man. We get like some bolts over here, and we have the matte black mixed with that glossy type black as well. Then we do get another harness here, which looks dope as hell. I love the sculpted texture on that. And I do wish they would have added a wash on these brown pieces, but I guess there's only a certain amount of money they could throw into a figure, you know? But the torso looks great. The arms look pretty cool too. Get the armor on the shoulders right there, which is a glossy black. We get more glossy black, which seems to be more like armor looking parts, you know what I mean? Even over here on the front of the shoulder looks pretty cool. And then we do get these brown straps around the forearm, and the paint, they missed a little bit on this one, but on the other ones it turned out pretty good. And on this knuckle, they missed some brown paint as well. And then for the legs here, I love the way the pants look. These sculpted wrinkles look fantastic there. And we get like a shiny brown for the knee armor, which looks great. And even on the hips or the upper thighs on the side, that looks pretty cool. And then the rest is like a matte gray there. But I love the sculpted texture to the pants. All the sculpted wrinkles look great as well. Really cool looking on the back. Oh, we also have that shiny brown on the inside of the thighs as well. Then we do get a holster and a knife holster with a strap that is a separate piece on both legs. So that's for the gun, of course, and that's for the knife, which we'll go over next there. But those turned out pretty cool too. Nice sculpt work on them, on both of them. I mean, the knife holster is pretty plain, but the gun one looks pretty cool. And the lower legs here, I like the way the pants look tucked into the boots there. That looks pretty cool. Some people might not like that they used black pins for the knee joints there. I don't really mind though. Not that big of a deal. And then the boots turned out really nice too. We get that glossy black mixed with that matte black as well. But we do get some nice sculpt work all throughout it, man. And a little bit of that brown paint on the top of the boot. A little splash of it went like across the front of the boot, which kind of sucks. And there's a little pouch on the inside of the ankles there, which is pretty cool, and the feet turned out nice also. And then the bottom of them, we just got a couple peg holes. So overall, the detail on this Snake Eyes, like I said, for a $20 figure, I think Hasbro did a kick-ass job with it, and definitely cannot be any more happy with how it turned out. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, and for this being the regular release, I'm 99% sure we're going to be getting the exclusive release, which is the one with the added accessories and the weapons rack, and then we're going to be getting a regular release, which is this release here. And even though this is the regular release, he is included with a ton of awesome Snake Eyes type accessories. So what we do get his backpack, and I do believe the original was included with the backpack as well. And this thing, the sculpt of it looks beautiful, man. All the wrinkles and everything, the buckles and straps, the pouches just look fantastic. And like I said, it really would have looked so much better if they added a wash to the brown pieces on Snake Eyes here. But if you know how to do some minor custom work like that, you could do it yourself, which I'm thinking about doing. And this does peg onto his back, which I will show you shortly. Then we do have a peg hole here, so if you have this pegged on his back, you can peg the sheath for his sword in there as well. And speaking of those, we do get his sheath and sword here, and this is probably one of the nicest looking sheaths I've ever seen with a figure, and that's because of the brown piece. It does have a very leathery, realistic type look to it, and it just turned out fantastic, man. Then we do get the Arashikage symbol on there. There's the peg that you can peg into either the back or the back pack. And then we do get his sword, which is just an all black plastic, as you can see right there. And I do wish they added the red paint for the Arashikage symbol there. The handle looks pretty cool too, but my issue with mine is it is a bit warped. I tried heating it up with hot water and bending it back. I even tried bending it like that myself, but it does not want to go back into being the way it's supposed to be, which is a bit irritating. I'm going to try to use the hot water trick again as well, and it does just fit right into the sheath also, and it stays in there. It's not going to fall out or anything like that. And I do like the shape of the blade there. That does look pretty dope. So we do get that, and then we also get a knife, a handgun with a silencer, and then we do get the submachine gun. So we do have the knife here, which looks pretty cool, just an all black plastic. He doesn't really grip onto this the best because the handle is a little bit smaller compared to the guns and the sword, but you can store that in the holster on his left hip, which I'll show you shortly. Then we do get the gun, the handgun with the silencer, and I love the way this handgun looks. Once again, an all black plastic, but the sculpt of it looks fantastic, man. Like you can see the magazine hanging out at the bottom of the grip right there. And then the silencer is that brownish color, and all you do is just peg it right in there like so, and then there you go, as simple as that. My silencer is a bit warped as well, so I'm going to try to fix that also. And his gun holster doesn't just holster his gun, it holsters the silencer as well, which is pretty damn dope. And then we do get the submachine gun, which I believe you could use the silencer on there as well, and this is probably my favorite gun out of the two right there. The sculpt of it looks great. As you can see, it is an all black plastic once again, but really, really cool looking gun right here. And let's see if we could use the silencer on this as well. Yes, you can. That is pretty damn dope. That's really damn cool. So we do get all his awesome weapons and backpack, and let me show you how to holster his weapons right now quickly. Alright, so the way you get all the accessories on, say you don't want the backpack on, we do have a peg hole on this strap here. So you line it up with the peg hole on the back of the figure, and you could just peg in his sheath like that if you just want to do that. If you want him to have the backpack on, whoops, you take the backpack here, do the same thing like what you did with the sword and sheath there, peg that on, and then we do have the peg hole on the side, so you could still have him with his dope sword there. Peg that in, so as simple as that to get that stuff on. Now the way you get him to holster his weapons is also very simple. So the one for the knife is on his left hip, just slide that in, and that stays in there pretty well. And then the gun, just slide that in the holster there, and then you take the silencer here and just slide that in the loop in the front right there, and then there you go. You have Snake Eyes ready to go on a special ops G.I. Joe mission. So we do get all those dope weapons, and then we finally get 4 alternate hands. Alright, so starting on the right here, we do get a pair of trigger finger hands, which are the hands that do come on the figure out of the packaging. Then we do get 1 karate chippity chop chop hand, and I didn't even notice this at first, but he has those ninja wall crawling claws on that hand right there. I didn't even pick up on that at first. That's actually pretty damn cool. I thought it was just a karate chop type hand, so that is definitely a cool little added thing that I did not pick up on. And then we do get a left throwing star hand, and the throwing star is molded to the hand right there, which is a pretty cool hand to include with Snake Eyes. But I wish they at least included a pair of fists or a pair of open hands, or at least they could have done that with that deluxe edition, which is the exclusive, added a couple more hands with Snake Eyes. But we do get some pretty clean paintwork on all 4 hands, and we do get some nice sculpt detail on them as well, and they are pretty simple to swap out. And like I always say, that's a good thing because you don't want to risk breaking a wrist joint on your figurine. But anyway, that is all the awesome accessories included with Snake Eyes. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the reviews, shall we? So now for the height of our favorite muted friend here, to the very top of his head, it looks like he's about 6 inches and 1/4 of an inch tall. And then here he is compared to some other ninjas like himself. The SH Figuarts Jiraiya and Kakashi, the Articulated Icons Blue Shinobi, the Mifex, the Dark Knight Trilogy Ra's al Ghul, the NECA Original Movie TMNT Raphael, and the Storm Collectibles Reptile. And I think this Snake Eyes scales perfectly with Articulated Icons Ninjas. And then here he is compared to the Dasen model Kenshin Hamura, the NECA Original Movie TMNT Foot Soldier, and Shredder, the Mifex comic version Deadpool, and the Mezco 112 Vigilante Suit Daredevil, and the Silver Knight Batman. And then here he is compared to the Storm Collectibles Sector, the Marvel Legends Retro Series Deadpool, the Mifex Justice League Batman, and the Figma Black Swordsman Guts. And then right here is a Black Wolf that I did buy on eBay. You can buy it on eBay or Amazon, and it is 1/12 scale. I think it scales perfectly with this Snake Eyes here, and the name of the company that makes it should pop up in case you want to get one for your Snake Eyes figure as well. And I also ordered one in white because I forgot Timber was not a Black Wolf. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, and Hasbro worked in the articulation great on this figure. This is some of the best from Hasbro's articulation for Marvel Legends and Black Series mixed into one here. They really did a nice job with the Snake Eyes articulation. So we do have 2 joints at the neck here. The upper neck joint is the basic Hasbro hinge type joint, but the lower neck is like a ball peg like Black Series, what they've been doing lately with the Black Series figures. So that lower neck there, you could just move that all around. I love this articulation that they are using now. Such a smart move by Hasbro. And then as I mentioned, we do have that hinge on the upper neck, so you can get Snake Eyes with both joints to look up pretty damn good. And both joints, he looks down all the way, so that is definitely awesome. You don't get too much pivot at the upper neck, but of course you do get it at the lower neck, and then you do get swivel at the upper neck and the lower neck as well. So with both joints there, you get some very nice head and neck articulation, so great job by Hasbro on that there. Then we do get an ab crunch joint at the ab, of course, and then the waist joint is a ball peg, kind of like the lower neck joint. I really loved the way they did the articulation for the waist here. So the ab crunch goes back really well, and it does go forward pretty well also. And then the waist here, you can move it all around, so excellent waist joint there. So back and forth really well with both joints. He crunches forward almost 90 degrees, And then you do get some pretty damn good pivot there as well, and then swivel. So really love this new type of articulation from Hasbro on these G.I. Joe figures so far. And then at the shoulder here, we do have a butterfly joint there. It doesn't go up and down. It's a nice butterfly joint though, so you do get some nice range out of that joint. And then the shoulders, or the arms, go out to the sides about 90 degrees, which is good enough. They do go up and down. We do have true bicep swivel, which is hidden beautifully on there. Then we do have double jointed elbows that do bend in a little more than 90 degrees. Then for the wrist joints here, they do hinge up and down vertically since we have trigger finger hands, and they do swivel as well there. And then for the legs here, Snake Eyes can kick forward a lot more than 90 degrees, but the more you kick outward, as you can see, the leg is going to kick out to the side right there. So without him doing that, he could still kick further than 90 degrees. Goes to the back just a tiny bit there. Let's see if he can Jean-Claude Van Damme it, and he better be able to, because he's a damn ninja, and damn right he can. He can actually go a little more than Van Damming it there. So really nice leg movement with Snake Eyes there. And the joints do drop down. I totally forgot about that, as you can see right there. So you can drop the leg joints down a little bit. Like I said, I'm loving this new type of articulation for Hasbro. Then we do get a hip swivel there. We do have double jointed knees that do bend back all the way, so that is definitely awesome. Then we do get a boot cut swivel. Awesome once again. The ankles do hinge up pretty good. Whoops. They hinge down really well, and then you do get that nice ankle pivot. And this is the rocker type joint, which I'm not a fan of, but if you work in swivel around the ankle or the boot cut, I'm perfectly fine with it then, because then you can make it look a little better, you know what I mean? Instead of having the bottom of the foot go outward to the front of the body right there. So Snake Eyes is definitely loaded with a ton of great articulation, and I had a bunch of fun posing this guy around, taking pictures. One thing though, my left arm here starting to get a bit of looseness in the swivel there, so just be careful of loose joints possibly happening on your Snake Eyes figure. But you're going to be able to get the Snake Eyes into pretty much any type of ninja Snake Eyes like poses, and I'm about to show you some of those poses right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Series Snake Eyes. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure with detail, I'd give it an even 9. Articulation, I'd give it a 9.5. Accessories would also get an even 9. And then the overall quality, I would give an 8.5. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I got scalped from a seller on eBay who I believe works in the factory, and that's why he did have an early release of this. But this will be releasing very soon, and you can pre-order yours on HasbroPulse.com. I don't think Agelessgeeks will have this in stock, but you can always get your other figures and collectibles from Agelessgeeks.com. We'll put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. Let's get this figure, but let's get this figure. Blah 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 blah. Let's get this figure, but take a close look. Let's get this figure, but take a closer look at this character. The SH Figure Arts Kakashi the Dawada Uchawadawanawa. Damn it. The Storm Collectibles Sector the Malbula Blubalaba. What? Retro Series Deadpool the Mafex Justice League. Almost said comic version. The Marvel Legends Retro Series Deadpool the damn it. Damn. Vigilante Suit Daredevil and the Silver Knight Batamanaman. For this being the regular release, and I'm pretty sure we are going to get a regular